All right, folks. Cornell with YouTube Fishing Vids. First fish of the day on a hot day. It is blazing out here. It is truly summertime, and I've got the Senko out because it's midday. I'm out here middle of the day. I swear I got out here maybe at 12:30 noon, so I'm fishing all the way till the evening, and I know a Senko bite's going to be on in the shade, so I'm targeting shade on the shorelines and on some of the shady points, and away we go. In the heat of the summer, shade is so important this time of year. I've got 86-degree water, but I've got steep drop-off, so there's steep water right next to these shorelines, and every little pocket of shade, even at almost high noon, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, there's always going to be a little bit of shade to cast to. So that's what I'm targeting. Just a simple green pumpkin Senko on a 4/0 mustad grip pin, extra wide gap, and into the shade I go, and there's fish always stacked up right on the edge. That's where they love to congregate. A couple nice chunky fish in the shade. A little bit of wood and a little bit of cover in there too. So points, shade, and cover. Typical scenario, summertime. All right, guys, let's go ahead and rig up a Senko on the perfect, what in my opinion is the perfect Senko hook. There's that mustad grip pin. Extra wide gap. This is actually their 2x light wire hook. I'm throwing this on a 10-pound test, getting a really nice action out of the Senko. So here's the simple routine. I always play the same game. So when we're going straight in the middle, there's a seam down a Senko. I'm going to find that seam, and I'm going to go right dead down the center. All right. So we're going to come out the seam, and we're going to put that grip pin to work. This is what makes this. This is absolutely the best hook ever for Senko fishing, because you know when your Senko slides down the shank of the hook, there's nothing fun about it. There's a grip pin grabbing on. We're going to go ahead and line that 4/0 up, go right back in the seam of the Senko, just about perpendicular, and come right back out the opposite seam. And there's your perfectly rigged Senko. I'm going to expose that so she's perfectly straight. And now it's going to be able to go back into that little bit of cover, a little bit of wood, and definitely in the shade because it's working. All right, I found a suspended fish, guys. That feels like a pretty decent fish. They always feel decent when they're on a little medium light action drop shot rod. I'm throwing a little baby swim bait, and I found them in the shade, on the edge of the shade and on the drop. So they're gonna be in a few different places. I got suspended fish, typical midday bright sun, and I've got them up in the shade on a Senko, right on the drops. There we go, nice. Right at the boat. I've got suspended fish, guys. Now I thought I was going to be dealing with a lot of just on the banks with shade, but it looks like we're going to have a suspended fish situation again. Real high pressure, real blue skies. This time of the day, they're just hanging in the water column. They're down about 10 feet and about 15 to 20 feet of water. So this is now the underspin deal. I put a little flash on it just because the water is mildly stained. It's still reasonably clear, but just a perfect little Kitech 3.8 on a 1/4 ounce underspin with that's the Swarming Hornet fish head spin, the original. So let me go ahead and play with some more of these suspended fish. Might be a bunch of cookie cutters, but I'm hopefully going to get into a bunch of fish, so stay tuned. Yeah, they're suspended, and I've got a crowd around me. I got people on the rafts. I got people hanging out on a beautiful day, and I'm catching some dinks, but they're definitely biting. So I'm happy to see they're biting on a day like today because it is pristine and gorgeous. But yeah, suspended fish, guys. To always remember that in the summertime when it's hot and it's midday, a lot of those fish will be right in the middle of the water column. So just get your baits that run right down the column that your fish are hanging in. If you can figure it out either with a depth finder, or if you can at least count down to 3 to 5 seconds, down to 10 depending on your water depth, you're going to find those fish that are suspended. You're going to pop a few. All right, folks, so as I mess with these suspended fish, as I come up on cover, it's time for the Senko. It is beyond perfection for Senko day. It's dead calm, and the Senko is going to give it everything it's got to give it the action it needs in this cover right here. Oh, in the boat. Yeah, they just make it. Senko in the boat, guys. All right, this is my first shot at a point and literally my first cast on a point with my underspin, and there they are, suspended off the point. Oh, and he broke the tail off my Kitech, giving it a good kick. Well, nothing big, folks, but the numbers are here as usual in the summertime. But gosh, you never know what's gonna bite. There we go. That's third cast on the point, and I lost the tail of my Kitech, so I went back to that itty bitty little swim bait I got out of my mystery tackle box last month that I just left on this rig, and it's producing. I'll tell you, when they go suspended, they're not hard to catch so long as you get the right bait, and it is a blast catching numbers. There we go, another one. Oh man, they are loaded on this point. This is going to be fun. And it's such a fun way to catch them too on a little moving bait. It's like finesse power fishing. It's just absolutely phenomenal. All little cookie cutters. Is it a little bigger fish? Oh, I might have a little bigger fish here, folks. Oh yeah, look at that. A little bit chunkier fish. Still about the same size as some of the bigger dinks, if you call them that. Come here. Yeah, he's skinny, but he's hungry. Awesome. All right, I see something cruising across the lake. I don't know what it is. I'm gonna take a wild guess that it's a snake, but it's moving. It is moving super fast. Let me see if I can catch up to it and see what we got. As you all know, I'm a big fan of snakes. I have no fear of snakes whatsoever. I grew up catching snakes. Oh yeah, it's another snake. Let's see what I got here. Now let's make sure it's not venomous. Everyone corrected me on my last snake catching video because I said it was non-poisonous. This one's actually going to be non-venomous. Let's see what kind of snake we got. Looks like a pretty big one again. What do we got here? Looks like a brown water snake. I don't think it's a, what do we got here? Oh, wow. Check this out. This might be a copperhead. Let's see. Let's take a look. I think it's just a brown water snake. It's a brown water snake. It's going to dive. Wow, that's a beautiful, beautiful snake. Look at that thing. All right, folks, it's snake ID time again. I know what kind of snake this is. This is a brown water snake, unless you guys have some other name for it, but there's another snake. My chesty went off just as I'm chasing it down, looking to catch it and show it to the camera. So another beautiful snake out on the water while bass fishing. I'm a big fan of snakes, folks. I got to tell you, there's absolutely nothing to fear about snakes so long as you know what you're dealing with. If you know they're non-venomous, if you know the species that you're dealing with, and you want to take a look and get a close-up of your favorite reptiles out there, feel free. But folks, don't handle snakes. Don't ever try to handle a snake or catch a snake that you're not 100% familiar with. But there we go, another beautiful snake out on the water. Looks to me like a brown water snake. We're going to go ahead and let him go and continue bass fishing. Off he goes. All right, good jump. I appreciate the show. A little bit better fish on a Senko. I'm just beating the banks and hitting the points, guys. I went back to a little bit of shade. That's actually probably the longest fish today. Skinny as it could be, though. My gosh. So Senkos and suspended fish. So Senko's up on the banks in the shade. And folks, I gotta tell you, if you're dealing with some tough times out on your waters, find that shade on a hot day. Just find the shade, dip a Senko in there, and see if you can catch a couple fish. If you are lucky enough to have some kind of boat, a kayak, whatever it may be, and you're having a tough day, get off on the points. And if you're with a depth finder or without a depth finder, you're probably gonna find some suspended fish. So that's what we're dealing with today. Suspended fish and some shady pockets, and we're catching a bunch of fish. So hopefully there's some big ones in here to be found, but if not, we got the numbers. What's a day without a shaky head, right? There we go, a little shaky head bass. That's an awesome deal. Junk fishing, summertime junk fishing. I'll tell you guys, there's lots of different ways you can pattern them, but there's always a gang of things that'll catch them. So shaky head, right by a little floating boat dock. For once, I get caught sitting down, but I still have the rod in my hand, thankfully, and I got myself a nice little shaky head bass, and he gets off. 2 in a row and I was sitting down again. I love it. Gotta take a break every now and then. Can't stand the whole day. That's a little bit better fish for once. How about that? Shaky head to the rescue. This time he's coming in the boat. Good deal. That's actually a 7-inch roboworm, a 7-inch straight tail roboworm, and I believe it's like an oxblood color, so it's a really natural. it was a 7-inch. It's all chewed up now, but that's a little bit bigger fish. Just working off a point, guys. Just junk fishing and working off a point. The clouds are here. Thank goodness, because I was broiling. There we go. Cool. Wow. This point's producing, and the shaky head's what's going to do it. So just trying to be versatile so we can keep up with what's going on, and the shaky head's on right now. Man, taking my robo worms, but there's no surprise there. Just a 3/16 ounce stand-up mustad ultra point shaky head. It's a killer. So I just realized why I found some fish. This lake is a little bit scarce when it comes to grass. There's not a lot of grass, or deep grass for that matter. And off this point, I found a patch of grass, and there are fish just stacked up on this grass line. It is unreal, like right here. Unreal. Tons of bass right here. There we go. Thank you, grass. Man, it's been like every cast I've been getting at least a tap or two. But for once, I got one hooked up. And that's a pretty nice one too. Not as tiny and dinky as all of them, but that's a pretty good fish. I'll take them. Awesome. Yep. Yeah, sad to say that's probably the biggest fish for the day, but I'll take it all day. He's got a little bit more meat on him. Very cool. All right. Thank you, grass. Guys, if you find some grass in the summertime and it's out somewhat deep off a point, that's where you need to be. Drop shots, shaky heads, whatever you can do to run a bait through that grass. Those fish are usually going to be eaten. Oh, got him. Oh, God, almost. There it is. Oh my God, I can't believe it. I got topwater action, guys. I got schooling bass. Oh, and he whacks it as I'm talking to you. I got schooling bass, and I got my Booyah bluegill pattern popper I got out of my mystery tackle box. This is awesome, guys. This is like summertime at its finest. The sun's dipping. It's not completely gone. It's just a little bit of cloud cover, but these bass are everywhere right now out here, way off this point, way out. I'm telling you, it's 33 feet of water, and I got fish schooling all over me. So I just had like 3 blow-ups on this as I'm talking to you, and got that one little dink. But gosh, you never know what's in these schools. So this could be a really, really great evening if these fish continue to circle around me and break like they were. So hang tight. Let's see if we can get some more topwater action. So the perfect 1-2 punch for this scenario is that same little tiny swim bait that I got out of the mystery tackle box. I never took this thing out from my last video, guys. That's that Little John deal. It's like a green pumpkin, red flake, dip the tail, looks like a little bluegill. So when they're not busting, I'm basically throwing the swim bait, and I'm just subsurface. I'm just kind of getting right in front of their nose and swimming it past them, catching a fish here or there. But when they start coming up on the surface, it's popper time, so you can get them right on top that way. So slow crawl the swim bait, and then you just keep your eyes peeled and make sure you listen and look for those breaking fish, and then break out that popper, and it's game on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Got one of the suspending fish out there. They're around me. They're all over this place. So basically in 30 feet of water, I've got these fish just all over me. So basically when they're not up top, they're going to be there. Oh, and I'm going to lose a one every now and then, but that's what I'm talking about, guys. Just the 1-2 punch, the little swim bait, and then when they come up on the surface, the popper. Absolutely the most fun thing you could possibly do in the summertime. There we go, right off the point. I love a little swim bait like this. That's a pretty chunky fish on this little rod. I love it. Ah, it's so great. Come here. Cool. So in between the schooling fish, I'm still picking them up. Absolutely a blast. I love losing count. I know I've lost count. I don't know how many I've caught. I'm probably not showing them. I'm probably not going to show them all to you, but I promise you, especially when they fall off. When they get off, I can't show them to you, but I can show you me hooking them. Boy, this is off the charts summer fishing right here. There we go. I've been chasing the school around. I'm just seeing them everywhere around me, guys, and I'm just seeing activity, running over to it, and swimming this by if they're not on top. So, yeah, again, I'm losing count, guys. This has just been too much. Oh, that's the one right there on the top water. I'm just throwing to him as they blow up, and he got that one good on the popper. Awesome. That was a great blow up. This wasn't really schooling that hard, but he wanted it. He came up and got it good. Love this game. This is so awesome. What a great day. Pliers, folks. Pliers and treble hooks. Always have them. All day long. I don't care about the size. They're biting on top. What the heck? Oh my God, that was awesome. Come on, eat mine now. I saw something little come up to eat and then the bass ate it. That was ridiculous. Oh, he's eating mine. There he is. Wow, what a sight. That is just the coolest. I think there's a little baby bluegill or something out here that they're munching on. Something came up to eat maybe a little bug, and these bass are chasing the little baby bluegill that are eating the bugs, and it's a whole circle of life going on over here. So yeah, this is the way it goes sometimes in the evening in the summertime. Talking about matching the hatch with these little guys. Look how beautiful that little bait is. Yeah, mystery tackle box. Thank you very much. Now the beauty of this setup when it comes to my popper, my small poppers now, when it comes to a bigger popper, it's a little different story. Spinning tackle. Just a classic spinning rod, medium action, extra fast with my CI4 with 15-pound test braid tied straight to the popper. Direct contact with your bait, instant hook sets, no stretch, floating line, and it casts a mile. So you can get out to all these fish that are busting out here in wide open water like this. So if you're gonna do a popper and you're in wide open water and you're messing with some of these schoolies, this is the way to go. This is an absolutely awesome setup for this situation. Guys, this is an absolutely epic popper schoolie bite right now. So I'm catching them when they're not busting up. I'm catching them almost every time they are busting up. I caught so many, I'm not gonna be able to show them all to you, but I'm just gonna keep on fishing until it gets too dark to film, and then I'm gonna sign out hopefully with a little bit decent size schoolie here in a minute. There he is. Oh my God, I can't even take it. This is truly one of the most epic popper schoolie bites I've ever had. Truly amazing, absolutely amazing. In the boat. Even with all those trebles, you can't keep them on that easy. When they're busting up on them like that, they're bound to shake off pretty easy. Oh, there he is. Oh my God, I'm a kid in a candy store right now. I can't even take it. Sweet. Oh, there he goes. That's to happen. That happens all the time with schoolies. No big deal. Here we go. I see ripples. Oh boy. Oh, there he is. Got him. That feels a little bit bigger. Let's see if he stays hooked this time. That's back-to-back casts. That's a pretty decent fish for a schoolie. Yep. Awesome. Good deal. Gotta be really, really careful with these trebles. Pliers ready to roll. It's a beautiful package right there. Oh, he tried. Oh, God. They're putting on a show for us here, I'm telling you right now. Let's try this guy. This guy looked kind of big. Oh my God, the second it hit the water. I knew he was a little bit bigger too. He felt it anyway. Wow. He's not really bigger. He just was aggressive as he could get. Too much. Wow, he's a little fat. He's got more meat on his bones, a little heavier fish. Wow, I gotta get this back out here. The quicker I can fish, the more I can catch. Okay folks, I'm losing light quick. I'm looking at an absolutely unbelievably gorgeous sunset out on the horizon. I've still got fish breaking all around me, and it's 4th of July weekend. It's been an absolutely incredible summer's afternoon into the evening. One of those epic topwater bites to end it. Junk fishing all day, just anything and everything goes. It may be a dink fest, but who goes wrong with catching fish, right? I'm gonna look for one more little school to pop one on this popper last minute, see if I can get you all a sign out fish. So let's see how we do. I'm looking around as we speak. They're still breaking everywhere. Just give me one more pot of fish and we'll be good to go. Here they come right here. All right, let's see if we can get our sign out fish, folks. And there he is. I got him on top. One more time for the road, folks. Here he comes. Not a huge fish, but a topwater fish on my little booyah bluegill, folks. As always, I appreciate you joining me. As always, I appreciate you subscribing. And until we meet again, over and out.